show, I filled most of my pee jug already.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait, that's my Powerade. At least I hope it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Powerade.
You say nice, Mike, but you didn't have to watch it like we did.
Oh. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see that.
Well, I just wanted to say real quick, that's something I left out. When I started on this journey with Bart of the flight sim, I had that World War I Flights Over the Pacific that I got from my Quest 2 headset, and I thought, wow, this is cool. But then when Bart showed me how I could connect that, I completely, over the top of my head, did not know that I could hook that Quest up to the PC and play that. And I've been playing. I started out playing that X-Plane with the controller, just 2D on the TV. But man, what a difference when you can actually, with the Xbox controller, you have to push some buttons to look, and it's kind of awkward. But here, if I want to look out the left window, I just look the right window, and it's just
that's got to be wild. That's got to be great.
And the stuff like lining up for the runway when you're coming in, and instead of panning the view and trying, you just look over and you see it, and you can steer toward like you would in real life. When you're driving your car and you want to make a turn, you don't do this, and then you look where you're going and turn, and it's so cool. And again, watching that video I just did, I thought the video came out pretty good, but when you're in the headset and it's full scale, and that mountain that I took off next to, it's a big old mountain, and it really looks good. I recommend that Flight 74 for people that want to dabble in the mechanics of working the aircraft are very simple, very basic, but you get enough. You pull your landing gear up, you put your flaps down, you do all that stuff, but it's just neat to fly and feel like you're flying without getting motion sick.
I lose the airports real easy when I'm flying in 2D mode because I'm trying to find. I've learned to use the GPS, but the GPS says I'm right over the airport, and I'm like, where the hell is it? I don't see it. But when I've got that headset on, I can bank the plane and look. I know Derek said something about I'm short, you can't see over the windshield, but if you've been in a real aviation plane, the first time I went up in an airplane, a regular, like a Cessna 172, I went up in a Cessna 180, a little bigger, but those dashes are way up here. You're just looking at the horizon. You're not looking in front of you. As a matter of fact, the guy told me landing a real plane, he says, I'm not looking at the runway in front of me. I'm looking at the runway, the end of the runway, lining up with it.
Far end, yeah.
Yeah. So
it looks like it's a bad simulation because you don't see much out but that is real. When you're sitting in a Cessna, that dashboard is way up there. If you want to see over the nose of the plane, you gotta lean forward and sit up high, or you're not going to see out that. So it's pretty realistic. But yeah, it's a whole different ball game playing in VR and just being able to look at where you want to go and find the airport, and you just got a better sense of everything. Derek put in here, I wanted to touch on this. He got a link cable, got to get plugged into PCVR 2. I am, and I'm pretty sure Greg, you also, I'm just using AirLink.
Yeah,
I am not using a link cable. AirLink is free. It's already installed. You just install the Oculus software on your PC, and you can just link it up using AirLink. And if you have, I wouldn't try it on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, but if you got a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, it's pretty smooth. And I've seen people say that if you have a cheap brand of link cable, it'll be worse than AirLink anyway. And a lot of people have switched to just using AirLink since they've made the AirLink, over the last year and a half or two, they've really improved on the AirLink technology.
And if you watch Martin, we got to mention this. If you watch Martin Mine's video on that, you will notice that you're only seeing 2D. When we record this, I don't know what the headset will actually record, but I'm actually recording through OBS. But you can see me turning my head, but you're seeing it on a flat screen without the. It's hard to explain, but you've watched. I'm sure you've watched us play mini golf. You're not seeing the immersive thing that you're getting in 3D or VR, not 3D.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like in Poe's shirt, the Robotron shirt, can't go wrong with the Robotron shirt.
I like Mike's hat. Look at that hat. That's got some color to it, man. Look at
Oh,
that
yeah.
hat.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. But we're kind of hogging this. But Poe, didn't you do some flight simming lately, or?
Well, I didn't have time. I had a lot of stuff going on, so again, I pushed it off on old Poe. I figured he could figure it out. He loves flying, so leave it up to him.
Should we give old Poe a chance to talk a little bit about his flying?
Yeah, let him take care of it. He was talking about you guys. Of course, he got everything wrong. He told me that you guys think you're Orville and Redenbacher and you can fly things, and he thinks he can do it better than you.
Oh.
Well, let's if everybody's good with it, let's check out old Poe.
Let's check it out.
Science and technology. How'd you make my voice all echoey like? Now, Mr. Poestyle once again asked me to do something because he didn't feel like doing it, so whatever, here I am. So if you've been paying attention to the Discord, and you saw my good friend Off Grid Arcade and G.Parker's arcade room talking, lately they've been into these flight stems. So they wanted me to talk a little bit about it, Mr. Poestyle did. Or as we like to say around here, flight stems! Stems. Did you do the echoey thing again? People like that echoey thing. I do. Anyway, Anyway, flight stems seem to be the big thing these days. Now, this is not a video game. This is an experience. That's what I was trying to say. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get into my setup, and I'm going to show you how to really do it. But this is not a cheap thing to do. This is going to cost you money. So, right off the bat, I'm going to let you know that. Here we go. Flight stems. Alright, so if you're going to do this, you want to start out with something top of the line. This is a video computer system. You're going to need something high-end to run software like this, or it's just not going to work right. Video computer system is high-end. You're going to need that. I got it. You need it. That's by Atari. We ain't fooling around with any other name brand here. So, just keep that in mind. Otherwise, it ain't going to look real. It ain't going to be realistic. This is a 6-switcher, too. The more switchers, the more money. You got to have the money. So, next setup we're going to have is our peripherals. This is our flight stick. That's A1. And you want this to be as realistic as possible. Have a nice, quiet setup. I chose the basement. Look at there. Now it's like I'm in a real cockpit, right? I set up here. I want total quiet, nobody around me. And that looks like a cockpit to an airplane. So I set up total quiet. Of course, Grandma Poestyle had to do the laundry. Get out of here, woman. Get out. Now I'm in a cockpit. Nobody's around me. Everything's quiet. So there we go. We're ready to go, and she turned out the light. All right. There's our stick. That's expensive, pricey stuff. It's got the section cups. How do we keep her down? Or we wet the section cups. We're ready with our control flight stick, our panel, if you would. We're going to put her in place. And that is how we're going to do her. I just get ready to stick her down there. And we'll be good to go. We're ready to fly, see? Ready to fly. We're going to get ready to call the control tower, because we want this to be as realistic as possible. We call it the control tower. Get our headsets ready, and let's do this thing. Yes, tower, this is tail number, cat, trolley, dango, niner. You got your ears on, come back. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted right now from a horse or machine and a dryer. And I'm surrounded by pussy. Come on, get on out of here. I'm trying to play my flight games and you're getting in the way here. Sorry, taking this serious, we're taking off here. This is Cat Taco 69er, wanting to take off on runway 69. We're flying. Got a China run talking to me in the background. Turn the games off. Flying. Okay, now that you made sure our runway's clear with the tower and you're good to go, we're ready to take off. Pay attention to your control. Oh shit. All right, now we're ready to go. Pay attention to all of your control panels there, your thrust, your fuel and your speed, your altimeters, your trims, your flaps, and her flaps. Make sure you're, well, shit again. But you need some deep concentration here. Guys, this is not a game, all right? It's easy to get that confused. You want some concentration. This is an experience. It's an experience. It's not a game. Now, a lot of gamers do get into these flight stims. I don't know why they call them stims. I think because they're stimulating, but a lot of gamers do get into these, and but it's really just an experience. Now, see, this is going out of my local airport, and you can see this is my local river, the Kiskiminitis River, and I know this town. These boats, these are actual neighbors' boats, and there's my friend's house right there, and those are my friend's boats. I'm killing my friends right there. Killed him in a chopper, and I killed my buddy in his fishing boat there, and a guy in the plane, and got some fuel. This is the real thing. I used the goggle maps, and they put them in there. This is pretty ding-dang accurate. But don't let your heart palpitate too much. You got to remember, this isn't real. It's stimulation. So don't get too worked up about it there. And pick me a winner there. And but yeah, it looks so real. You think you're there, but you're flying around there, and it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But like I said, you got to make sure you have the hardware to support the software. That's what she said. And it looks surreal. You're not going to believe it. You are not going to believe the kind of enjoyment you're going to get out of this. So much so that I guarantee you're going to be able to walk in to an airport and just jump right into a plane and go. You just do it. You just walk right in and get in the plane and go. If you see the keys in it, do it. You're going to be able to take over on an airplane if something happens to the pilot and the co-pilot, because these games are so real. You know what I mean? So, but make sure you get that high-end video computer system. Now, there's different planes to choose from as you go. Now, you might have to pay for some downloadable content, is what they call it. And you can fly these jets later on, but start out with something smaller. You know, start out with something smaller, and you'll work your way up to these nice machines here. Really nice, different things to choose from, as you can see here. And that's different. You don't see that every day. What the hell is that anyway? I don't know. There's different ones you can choose from, but I mean, look at the scenery. It's so real, and these are real places. Like I said, you're not gonna believe it, but you're gonna see all the local places. They're gonna show up because it uses real GPS and imaging from the goggle. And now we're gonna land our plane and put it back in the hangar. It's just like for real. We're going to land at the local airport again, and we're going to put the plane away nice and easy right in. And right into the hangar, like I said, that's how you do it. And there you have it. That's how you do your flight stims. That's all it takes. A lot of fun to do. Nice and realistic. And if you like to fly, give it a try. Hopefully you have the money to buy. I'm a rhymer. Diddly 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 do. Back to you, everybody, on the show. G.Parker. Mike the Gaming Road Warrior. Off Grid Arcade. Everybody, have a good week. I love you too much. Nighty night. Nighty night!
Oh,
Yeah, I can't believe I spent all the money on the wrong hardware.
I should have never taught him how to use the Echo because he'll just never stop playing with that. But,
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be putting the microphone down his britches after Taco Bell night. You don't want to hear that echoing.
what do you say? You said you have to have the right hardware to play with the right software. That's what she said. I don't know if this is too soon, but I couldn't help it. I like this comment here.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh my! The levels that we will shrink to, but it's all for fun. That was cool.
That was good stuff, Bo. Good stuff.
That Red Baron one with this doghouse, the Snoopy and the Red Baron. I'd forgotten all about that one. That was a classic there.
That's a good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's top of the line software.
Yeah. Now, a lot of those games I did play in the past. It all leads to the same place, I used to love
River Raid 2. River Raid 2 is really a fun game. That was the first one there, and that really expanded on the first game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. But yeah. So what have you been up to, Mike? Now that you're here, we'll actually talk to you now instead of just about you. When you're not here, we just talk about you. But
Well, yeah, it's kind of funny you guys are doing the flight simulators and stuff like that. I have a video that I'm working on. It has me flying somewhat, and then the other one's piloting a submarine. So, and that was prior to what you guys been hearing on the news. That's I didn't pick it because of that news. I had it planned way before then. So, yeah, can't wait to do that. But yeah,
Nice.
It's just been working on that, and then trying to get. I have an arcade video, but I'm not done with it. So I had kind of a surprise visit from my godfather, and that's why I didn't come on the show yet. I wanted to visit with him and then come on here. But yeah, I'll be giving that video to you guys next week. It's me and my son, my wife went to this arcade in Vancouver, and
Nice.
I shot some video there. It's going to be cool. I didn't do any pinball video. They still have the three machines are all messed up still. So I kind of quit. I was playing the the Metallica pinball machine, and then the right flipper got stuck up. And yeah, I just said, "Yo, screw this. I'm leaving." Until someone fixes it, and then yeah, it's a shame that they can't fix the pinball machines over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Poe, didn't you say old Poe that one time he overdosed on the little blue pill and his flipper was stuck up for a while?
4 hours in the morning, you're supposed to go to the hospital and have a nurse take care of it.
He thought they were Mike and Ike.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny you said that about the pinball machine, then, Mike, because I was really disappointed to get that little local arcade here, and I don't say anything about it. They're making it go out to arcade place. Kind of nice. Matter of fact, I'm curious. They had a Mario Kart tournament yesterday, but I had some other stuff going on. It's $5 to enter, and Travis, the unknown gamer, my son, is really good at Mario Kart, and I told him next time they do that, I'll bring him out here and see if I'll pay his $5 just to see if he can whip these locals. But where I was headed with that is that the pinball machines up there, though. I feel like I ought to just go up and offer the guy, look, you want me to work on these things for you? Because, I mean, he didn't even act like he knows how to take the lock bar off. I think I might tell him, look, for maybe a few gameplays, I'd be happy to bring my cleaning kit up here and take this thing apart and give it a once-over. So,
Right? Yeah.
Which I am working on getting some more video. You want to know the truth? I'll be honest with you, I haven't had time, but the other reason is my machines don't really need any work on them. There's nothing I hate worse than opening one of them up to do a video to show you how to work on them. And, every time you open up with a million wires in there, you're always afraid when you put it back together, is it going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is hazardous. But, yeah, let's see. If you guys, I was just trying to catch up with the chat. Derek mentioned Star Wars Squadrons is VR supported. I did not know that.
Yeah, but I think that's on the PS4. I think that was PSVR 1. And unfortunately, there are a lot of games that were PSVR 1 that they didn't support with the PSVR 2. And I think that's one of them, which is stupid. It's really stupid that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
And I never did try it. I have the game for PS4, and I never did try it with the PSVR 1 because I figured I'd be puking all over the living room. So I never did try that. But it was a lot of fun playing it without the PSVR 1. I loved that game.
Yeah. Mr. Livewire played in the Timex Sinclair on cassette tape. That is old school. I did see Mr. Livewire.
Dang, Livewire.
I think I mentioned it in the chat amongst the four of us in our little text chat. I saw Mr. Livewire was doing a flight sim the other day on Steam. I got the notification up on my screen. It said Mr. Livewire is playing Flight Simulator. So,
and there is a game that was announced for the PSVR 2. I shared with you guys, and I was showing Mike. That's coming out. It's a World War II dogfight game that looks just freaking awesome. I can't remember the name, Ace of Thunder or something like that coming up. So I'm definitely want to check that out. But it's an online only game, which I wish it had a solo campaign or something to it, but it sounds like it's going to be online only. So,
Right.
Yeah. So Champagne Room played KISS pinball machine for the first time. It is really fast, fun table, has cool lights, like a concert. That's cool. So you found it out in the wild somewhere, huh? Or did you just buy one? He could have traded that trophy he won in the tournament straight across for a KISS pinball. I'll have to look into that.
That platinum plastic trophy that he got, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
now
sure.
there's been a few KISS tables, right, through the years.
I believe so. Yeah.
Because my friend had a really old one back when we were in high school. He was the hugest KISS fan you would have ever met. And I went to his house, and he had so much KISS stuff. And he had a KISS pinball table in their dining room that his parents bought for him.
Oh. And
he took the glass off of it, and he's showing me there was a, what do you call it, a spinner or a flipper that's Gene Simmons on one side. And on the other side was just Gene's tongue. So when the ball hit it, it would spin around and look like he's sticking his tongue out. I thought that was freaking awesome,
Yeah.
And that was, when he showed me that was probably 1989 or something. He had this pinball machine in his dining room. I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, I thought there was an old solid state one, wasn't there? Or, it could have even been an old EM table, but I think there was an old solid state. But Champagne Room played the newer one.
okay.
But yeah, I think there's been at least 2 or maybe 3 different KISS tables that were made over the years.
Yeah, knowing them with how they like money, they probably approved several different things as long as the money was right. So
yeah, Gene Simmons was probably shopping it to everybody that made even said the word pinball.
Right, because through the years they've approved of the KISS coffin, the KISS condoms, everything in between. So.
Right. Yeah. They made some money though, so I guess he did something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How many times have they had their final concert? The last 30 years they've done their final concert. So.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I
As
remember
long as
when those
people
guys
keep paying for it.
those guys swore you'd never see them, and you didn't for years without that makeup.
Yeah.
You know that lasted a long time. It was a gimmick, but that eventually came off.
Yeah. I think it was a great idea, though, because then they could still go out in public and not get mobbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys see that new? Well, it's not a new one, but I think it's from Jersey Jack. They had the Guns N' Roses pinball table, and they had Slash help them make it. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's from Stern or Jersey Jack, but I'm pretty sure it's from Jersey Jack. And I was like looking at that table, and it looks really fun to play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very popular. When that came out, boy, people were all over it. I haven't got to play one live. I think there's a VPX version that someone made that's close, but not the real thing. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Champagne Room says, I guess Slash is into pinball.
Yeah, it seems like it because he didn't get Axel.
Derek says, how do you know about the condoms, Poe? Derek, do you really want to know? Do you really want to know?
He wants
That's
to know.
cheap. I ain't paying for no condoms. You don't do that stuff. You just pull out at the last second. Okay, I've gone too far. We don't go there.
I was just going to say, that'll be Old Poe's video for next week.
Yep.
All about the kiss
the last
condom.
second.
Well, Mike, I guess so. You're going to wait till next week. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you had your company. Yeah, we'll get your video in next week.
Yep.
Then. Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds good.
And there's a pinball game that I bought at the last second on the iArcade. I don't really know what it is. I can't remember the name, but I should make a video on that. I bought it the last few hours of the iArcade before the store went down. So I need to check that out and maybe make a video on that.
I did think that was cool. In old Poe's video, we got to see the iArcade machine behind you there.
Yeah, I kind of made sure I set up a few games real quick in the background there. Some of my favorite old classics there for each scene.
That was kind of cool. So, yeah, the iArcade, we could talk about that. We talked about it a long time last night. There's all kinds of things. Same thing with the Switch. I usually try to do something showing you a game that's come out on sale or new news. And, Nintendo. The only thing I'll say about Nintendo tonight is it seems like everything's, the Zelda, the latest Zelda game came out. Mike, did you get that one? Are you a Zelda fan? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I love Zelda. I got the. Are you talking about
the latest release?
Yes, I got
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep,
right.
Because the first one was Breath of the Wild. Yep.
I know there's a new Mario RPG or F.
Super Mario RPG.
It's the remake.
It's a remake of the Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, we will have that for sure. My son loves the RPGs, the Mario RPGs, and that's the remake. And also, that comes out in November. And there's a new Mario Brothers that looks absolutely fantastic, in my opinion.
I saw that
coming,
too.
Yeah, and it's coming out in October. I already pre-ordered that from Best Buy because I want the physical. And that's the only place I saw the physical for pre-order already. So
now, which game is that? Tell us more about that. Is it a brand new game?
It's a brand new game, and there's new power-ups. They show Mario turn into an elephant at the very end of the trailer for that, an elephant with a mustache. So I don't know, but you could play with your buddies again. So I'm going to be playing that. I know my kids are adults already, but you know what? I grew up with Mario. And my kids grew up with Mario, so we're all going to play it as adults together.
So awesome. Is this a side-scrolling game or what kind?
Yep, it's back to 2D. I can't wait for it. I'm a kid and I'm geeked out all over for it again.
Well,
and it looks crazy. It looks like an acid trip. This one here, so
yeah, Super Mario Wonder.
Wonder. Yeah.
Yep, it's going to be a Wonder.
Wonder Bread. Worldwide Wonder Bread.
You mind telling me what the cost is on that for the physical copy on pre?
Oh, I'm thinking we're looking at, was it $50 or was it 60?
60, but what was the Tears of the Kingdom was like $70. So
yeah. I think you're looking at the same price, physical and digital for it, Greg. So you might as well go physical.
Oh,
Although-
it should be cheaper. Yeah.
For digital or yeah.
No, for the regardless, I think physical because it's a 2D game. But yeah,
But you're
hopefully they'll
going
charge
to
up.
then Zelda, yeah. But if you do order it, I think it's going to ship release day, so you won't have it release day. But I don't care because I want it. I want to have it. And you'll probably find it in stores if you're going to drive to a store release day. I'm sure you're going to find it. I just ordered it. Right. Since I'm sure I'll be working that day, so I'll have it mailed to me. I'll get it a few days later. That part doesn't bother me because with my daughter in school and my son working, we'll probably not play it until the following weekend anyway. So
tell me the name of it again. The name is Mario what?
Wonder. Super Mario Wonder.
Super Mario Wonder.
Yep.
That's
like Stevie Wonder.
I think Stevie Wonder. I think it's October 24th. I think is release date of the.
I think that's the date. Oh, yep.
Super Mario Wonder, October 20th, 2023.
20th. Okay.
Nice.
And, let me see if I can find a price. But the only other thing I was going to say about Nintendo is there are a lot of channels out there. Again, I'm not going to mention them by name because they just drive me nuts. Because I'm curious, especially with like these games coming out. There's one channel. There's a guy just keeps he puts in his header that big news on what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen, but then when you get to what he's talking about, he says, "Well, I think this is going to happen." That talking about the Nintendo. I mean, the Switch 2. And, we see little pieces of evidence, little Easter eggs and things letting you know that this is going to be a backwards. The big issue is there going to be a Switch 2 and is it going to be backwards compatible? Because, when I look at buying games like this, I think, well, is there going to be an upgrade to that system someday? And it's kind of got me thinking before I buy too much more. And by the way, that digital copy of Super Mario's Brothers Wonder is $59.99.
Okay. Well, I think the physical is the same exact price.
Yeah, it should
probably
be.
is.
Yep.
I'm looking at Nintendo's site, which they never seem to offer you a physical copy because
I think the only place you could get the physical that last I checked was Best Buy. I could be wrong, but I think it was Best Buy. Amazon, I think, showed nothing for it. Probably the same for Target. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll probably go to Best Buy to get mine.
Mike will have his a few days before me, the bastard. He's willing to drive to get his stuff.
Yes.
And I'm sure GameStop will have it, if they're still running and open.
Right.
That's my biggest thing. I've got local GameStops around here, but the thing that just drives me nuts is they never have anything in stock. They say, well, we can order, most places you can order ship to store. You don't have to pay shipping. Well, even if you order it in the store, we don't have it, but we can get it shipped here, but they want to charge you shipping. I'm like, how do you even keep your physical stores in business if you don't have anything in stock? Both of them just look like desert wastelands.
Jeez.
But they have a new Princess Peach game coming out next year, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
And I told my son about that. He'd seen it, too, and he said, I don't care. And I said, we're getting it. He said, I don't care. I said, we're getting it. We're playing it. And he's like, I don't care. And I said, you're playing it. We're getting it. Yeah, we're not pre-ordering it, but it's going to be in our collection. And it's going to be a physical copy, So
let me share my screen here. Let me see if I can find the right screen.
Yeah, they didn't show very much on the Princess Peach game at all, but and then the Metal Gear Solid collection as well,
and Batman.
Oh yeah.
There is your physical copy of Super Mario's. I think that's the physical copy.
Getting that.
Yeah, I got to have the physical, right?
Yep.
But you can pre-order it on Amazon for $59.
No, they're showing
Yeah.
on
Oh,
Amazon
nice.
now. Okay.
Amazon.
But I should have gone with Amazon Prime,
Yep.
but I couldn't wait. I had to pre-order. See, fear of missing out.
Getting
But
up my
I can't-
payday tomorrow. Nice.
You know, though, I can't figure out though if this is the digital copy or the
It looks like a physical. The way it's shaped, yeah.
yeah, it's got to be the physical copy.
I don't even think that's the same box art I saw, although the one I saw was probably a mock-up.
Oh, it's got Daisy. Oh, that's right. They added another character on it.
Oh, so
Yeah,
We're
Daisy's
getting-
on it too.
Daisy and not Toad this time around?
No, Toad's on there, but they
Oh,
added
okay.
Daisy too.
Well, it looks like you can
Oh, yeah.
pre-order on here too on. Well, anyway, there you go. There's some. That's pretty cool. You know, I'm gonna now that you guys have explained that to me, I am gonna keep my eye out for that because I like the side-scrolling Mario games.
Did you see the game I played tonight? I know Derek did.
I
know.
didn't watch it yet.
I've talked to Mike about it. Well, if you watch it, I don't know if it's been pulled yet or not because there was digital nudity in it that I wasn't expecting when I played it. There was
All right,
boobies.
guys, I gotta go. Nice seeing you guys.
What? It's not what I'm thinking. It's not that Atari game, right?
It was Popeye. All of them was naked guys. Finally. Death Wish Enforcers on the PlayStation 5.
Oh,
What a great game. It was everything I was hoping for and then
Yeah.
some. So if you get a chance, and I'm not trying to plug my own channel, somebody else might have a video. If you want to watch somebody else's video, go watch it. This game is awesome. It is Sunset Riders. It is the Cowboys of Muesa or whatever, and then some. Ninja Turtles, The Simpsons, a 4-player beat 'em up plus shoot 'em up. And it's supposed to be, it's like Dirty Harry, but they call him Filthy Larry. So you got Clint Eastwood, you got Charles Bronson, and then these 2 women, and you're running through and you're cleaning up the streets and shooting everybody. And you got to take on a porn king as the first boss that you take on. But it's got to remind you of Sunset Riders. You got to jump on a crowd of guys on motorcycles coming through, and you got to run across the top of them or you'll die. And you got to shoot everybody. And when you take on the porn king, well, there are naked women at the beginning of it. But this game is great. It is great. I played it. I was supposed to play with my son, but he had to get to work, so I played by myself.
Oh,
But I can't wait. I got it on the PS5, but I want to get it on the Switch because you guys all have a Switch. You know, I want to play with you guys. I want to play with everybody. This game is freaking awesome. Go buy this freaking game. It is $24. Now, when I first saw this game, I remember telling you guys about this game. And I totally forgot about it until the other night. I was going to bed, and I'm thinking about a different game. And this one popped in my head, and I'm like, whatever happened to that game? When was it coming out? And I look it up right before I fall asleep, and I'm like, it came out in April. I got to get this game. I'm like, I'll get it on the PS5 so that I can stream it or so that I can capture it real quick. And I did. And finally today, I'm like, I set it up for me and my son, and I'm like, I set up both controllers. I logged him into the PS5. I'm like, hey, let's play. And he's like, I got to go to work, Dad. Well, crap. All right, I'll play it. And I started playing it, and I am just laughing my butt off the whole time playing this game. I'm like, this is the greatest. I could see me and my brother and my best friend playing this at the arcade back in the day, you know. I had so much fun playing this game today. I'm like, it's so much fun by myself. It'd be so much better with friends playing this thing. So I put up the video earlier, and I can't wait to keep going through this game. So thumbs up from me. Awesome game.
Looks cool.
So it's called though, just so everybody knows, it's called Death Wish Enforcer, right?
Yeah. And it's on, I think it's on the new Xbox. It's on, I think, PS4 and PS5. And Limited Run brought it out. They have it on a physical, but that looks like that's been long sold out. So it's digital pretty much right now, unless they ever come out with more physical copies of it. So,
But it's on the Switch. It's on the Switch.
yeah, on the Switch and PS5 if you want to download it.
Now you know it's
yeah.
bad because I'm looking it up right now, and it's making me put in my birth date to make sure.
Yeah, you have to put in your birthday just to watch it, and I think my video is still up on it. I don't know. I didn't look to see if I got in trouble.
I just showed it. That's what I was showing. Was your video.
Okay. Yeah, if you zoom ahead, there is some boobies. There are topless and bottomless real quick in there. But it's digital, and it's, 16-bit or whatever. So, I mean, you know, if that's your thing and you're perverted over digital nudity, I don't. That's on you.
But it's another side-scrolling game. Yeah.
It's like Sunset Riders. It's great. It's friggin' hilarious, and that is Clint Eastwood and Charles Bronson in the game. So
it's
Nice.
an RF. It's an RFG.
yes, really fun game. I had so much fun just by myself. I could just imagine playing that with my brother and my best friend back in the day. We would have just had the greatest time of our lives playing that on a Friday night. You know, get some Pizza Hut pizza going or something.
That does. That looks cool. I may have to look at that for the Switch. I don't know. That just looks right up my alley.
If you got it for the Switch, I would buy it again and play with you. I would.
Yeah, I might just get it for the Switch then.
You can play online. You can play online, right? Play online, and
I'm pretty sure it's online. I'll have to check that. If it is, and you guys got it, I'd buy it again just to play with you. Yeah.
I'm trying to look at the statistics on it. It says single system 1 to 4 players, tabletop, handheld, or TV.
Yeah, I didn't check to see if it was online for sure. So when I saw it was available, I'm getting it. Me and my boy can play it at home. So
Yeah, it doesn't mention online play on the Switch.
that's something that should be on every game these days, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Coach co-op? That's a long ways to fly. I gotta go to the post house.
Right.
Bart and I can fly down there in no time. We just
Right.
But Bart, I'm gonna have to learn how to. I did get used to the GPS, and I figured out how to program that. I watched a video.
G-penis. Pronouncing it wrong.
But
That's the first step.
I'm having trouble programming my brakes. But I just learned that it doesn't matter. Once I make a safe landing, I just roll into a hangar. The plane stops.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
And that's the only other thing I wanted to say on that is, and I guess we can save it for another time. But I know Bart played with X-Plane 11 is one he talked me into. Didn't really talk me into, but recommended. And then, I think you tried out Microsoft's Flight Simulator 2020. I think you're thinking that you're leaning toward rather having the X-Plane, right?
Yeah. I'm still on the. I've only done a couple of flights in Flight Simulator. I want to do some more because it was late in the week last week when I finally got my computer running. This week I'll have more time, but X-Plane just runs so smooth and so, with this new computer I can turn all the settings up to max and just go. Where Flight Sim I still have to do a lot of tweaking, but that Flight Sim 2020 looks amazing. That's the one when I flew over and you could see the Google or the satellite photo. My house wasn't here yet, but our motorhome was parked where our house sits. But you could see it in Flight Sim, and it's really cool. So if I can tweak it and get it working better, I might still stick with Microsoft. I don't know, just because of the.
I did know that,
but I think X-Plane flies better. It feels more realistic to me when I'm flying. Not that I have a whole lot of stick time in real life, but I have flown a Cessna before, and X-Plane feels more real. So there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, again, I didn't have a pilot's license, but I've been up with a few guys, and they've let me take in the stick, and it does seem like a lot of the feel is good in that. But I do like the graphics, man. When you flew over your town there, and I could see the red roof on the Red Roof Inn, and I could see, there was a lot of stuff there. I said, when I first watched it, I just watched your videos. I didn't pay attention to the title, and I said, damn, how do you get all that neat graphics on, X-Plane 11? And then I realized,
yeah. Now, X-Plane 11 is looking pretty good on this, like I said, because I have all the settings up to max now, so it's looking pretty good. But it's still, X-Plane 11 is like 10 years old, so it's not going to be as good as, Flight Sim 2020 is 3 years old now, going on 4. So, but yeah, I'm at least gonna do another flight on 2020 for you, Greg. That's in your area, to show you what it looks like, and then you'll be upgrading your computer.
I've flown over my house here, and you can see the subdivision and X-Plane 11. I can see the streets, but there's no residents here. And I'll have to get with you. I added some of those files that you showed me how to get, and it seemed like they worked, and then they quit working, and I went and jumped up my settings, and now at the airport, the local airport that I fly at one time, it showed the hangars, and the hangars are gone now.
Oh, yeah, it's probably in that setting, the INI file. Those things have to be in a specific order, or things will overwrite other things.
Yeah.
So it's probably something in there. But we can talk about that on our own time and get it out. But
well, that's what I was getting ready to say is, unless anybody else got anything, we're going on an hour and 20 minutes. I think we had a great show, but unless somebody's got something big, I'm going to go into final thoughts. Because you got to get anyway, don't you? Don't you have a VR date here in a little bit?
No. I'm not playing tonight, but I had an early morning. I was out of bed at 3:00 this morning, and so it's even earlier than normal. So I'm getting pretty tuckered out here. But I've talked plenty about stuff I was going to want to talk about. Mike's the one that got the least amount of screen time, unless he has something you need to go over.
Yeah, Mike, take it over for a little bit, and then we'll go into final thoughts.
Oh, okay. What I've been up to, or what do you want to talk about?
Everything. Tell us everything. What are you wearing, Mike?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, like I said, I was working on that new video, so it's going to be retro. Some of the games you guys are going to probably recognize, but yeah, like I said, with the flying and then the submarine, and what was kind of interesting, the submarine I'm playing is a simulation, so it's like driving your submarine around and making sure you don't crash into other ships, and it takes place in World War II. So was that's a fun game. I don't want to say what the name is, otherwise people know what it is. But yeah, like what you guys were doing with the flight sims. When I was a kid, I was always interested in playing like a submarine simulation. I loved World War II games, or like trying to drive a boat around. It explains why I was in the Navy, but. Yeah, lots of fun. One of the things too, I want to do. I saw Derek mention something about like Leisure Suit Larry, so I actually plan on doing that. I got to get my OBS set up so I can play the game and give you, the playthrough. Hopefully, I memorized how to play it. It's been like a long time since I played that game. It probably is not going to be the old, what was it, the MS-DOS version. I'll probably pick the newer one. Lot better to look at compared to the pixelated graphics. I have a soft spot for that. That's the first one I played when I tried out on computer before. So, but yeah, you guys got me inspired. I like the old simulation games too, and I think they had another one too, guys. If you haven't played it, like a tank simulation. I think a friend of mine was really into that, and he had like controls for it because he he did the Abrams tanks. So, but he would like to play
nice.
the World War II ones with the Sherman tanks driving around in that. And he actually had to have another friend be the gunner while he's driving it. So they kind of had to work as a team. So I forgot what game.
Cool.
I gotta ask him what game he was playing on it, but that looks pretty sweet. So
That's cool. My brother was in tank. He was operator of the Singar radios during Desert Storm.
yeah.
So yeah, first cavalry division. So that's really cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, Mike, when you were talking about the submarine simulators and stuff like that. We can talk about that when you get your video out. Hopefully my camera doesn't tip over because the dogs are deciding to wrestle right at the face of my tripod. Kelly's sitting over here watching, so it's on a little bit of a delay, but while you're talking about the submarine simulator, she's like, "You're cavitating," because she learned that from watching when I was playing submarine simulator games.
Oh,
And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm cavitating," and she's like, "What the heck's cavitating?" So, and you know, of course, you guys know when I was in the Navy, I was a sub hunter, so I definitely have a fascination with submarine simulation games and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. So I look forward to seeing what you got going on, Mike, and we can expand our conversations at a later date.
Oh yeah. And don't worry, I took out that footage where I crashed the submarine, so you guys are not gonna see that. Like, no, I gotta make it seem like I know what I'm doing when I'm driving the sub around. So yeah, I took that out.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, I've done some editing on my videos. There was one where I died a fiery death in that. I had a rough landing, and it said you have crashed. And then I saw smoke in the cockpit, and then I saw flames, and I said, "Well, I'm screwed."
Well, I thought that's how my Flight 74 video was going to end, the way I was coming in. It's hard to see on that video, but in the headset, I was like way nose down, just, this is not good. And in X-Plane or in Flight Sim, I would have bought the farm on that one, because Flight 74 is a lot more forgiving.
I put this one up here. I know this guy, so G-San, and anyway, when he said battleship, that was your first
battleship
Navy simulator, remember? B-14 or whatever, A-27.
Battleship. Loved Battleship. You know, I got Battleship, electronic Battleship, right before Talking Battleship came out. I had the regular electronic Battleship.
Yeah, electronic Battleship.
Yeah, and you know, one of the wires came off of mine. This is messed up. My dad told me he was going to solder that wire on, and he still hasn't to this day. It's still dangling. And I could solder it myself, but I refuse to. I still have it. I'm waiting for you, old man. Solder. Get her done. It's in my closet upstairs. And my oldest brother was in the Navy, and he was on the Battleship Wisconsin. He was a gunner's mate on the 16-inch guns. And if you want to see that battleship, it's in Norfolk right now. You can tour that battleship. So
nice.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, those are big guns. Anyone hasn't seen them up close?
Yeah.
Those are big guns.
I toured that battleship some years back, and I was proud that my brother served on that ship. They recommissioned it back in the 80s. He's a plank holder, got one of the old planks and everything. And now his two oldest sons are in the Navy. They're both serving on different aircraft carriers. So really cool.
Nice.
So I salute you Navy guys, you seamen.
Derek's going for the global thermonuclear war. He's going for that.
Derek loves seamen too.
War games. Matthew Broderick.
Yep. Do you want to play a game?
Yeah.
War games. That was the game that came out for the ColecoVision.
Yeah.
You know what? You got, Poe. You got to have Operation. I can see
Operation.
Yeah. I mean, look how far games have come. Now we're all playing digital. Whatever happened? You know, I think didn't Arcade 1-Up come out with a board game simulator?
Yeah, it's a digital board game. Yeah.
Yeah, the price went way out of crazy nuts.
Yeah. Arcade 1-Up, their prices went crazy. You know, they started out decent, and then they just went way out of hand, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. And I did want to say, while we were talking about Battleship, before we get too far away from it, Chaos has a couple good videos where he's talking about his Battleship collection. He's got several different versions of Battleship games.
Yeah.
So check out. I don't know if he's still has it with his channel team. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a bunch of versions of Operation to it.
Yeah. I tried to get Kelly to play Operation with me, but we do it a little differently than the game. I get nervous where she's wanting to put that probe, and it ain't going to make my nose light.
Do you play that in conjunction with Twister?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know which game you want to kind of stay away from? Alien Operation.
Oh, yeah. We know where the probe's going there.
Yep.
I remember getting Twister when I was 12 or 13 years old, and the little girl down the street, came down and played with my sister, but they were she was about my age, and I remember my sister saying, "Let's get Twister out and play." And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm in." Oh, there's a funny story to that, but I'll share it another time. Anyway, the girl down the street. But anyway, that's all I got, guys. We've been on an hour and 32 minutes. Anybody gave Mike a chance there? Want to pass around for final thoughts?
Yeah, I finally got done with and edited my ColecoVision Popeye video. I had the gameplay done last weekend, so I'm way behind. But I got the gameplay video done for my Commodore 64 Mini Popeye done this weekend.
Nice.
So now I need to get that one done. It might be coming out in the middle of this week, but this one's done. Actually, just finished it up. I'll be uploading it here before I go to bed. And then the Commodore one's coming out sometime this week. So Popeye, we're moving on. I want to say this before it's too late. Atari Age, they made an announcement. Any games that they had that were licensed games, they're getting rid of. I don't know if there's some kind of trouble coming down the pike here, but there are games that have come out that are homebrew games that would be licensed games that they didn't get licensed. They need to get rid of. Okay, so it's like we got to sell these now, so it's pretty much so that they don't get in trouble. So one of those games is Popeye for the 7800. It just came out this year, and if you don't get it now, you'll never be able to get it again. I ordered it in January. It took a couple months for me to finally get it. You can get it now at a way better price than I did. But come the end of July, you'll never be able to get this game physically again. And there are a few other games like that. They got to get rid of them. So go to Atari Age and buy it now, or you'll never see this thing again. Well, you'll see it again. You'll see it on eBay for probably $150, $200. Right now, you can get it for cheaper than what I paid for the thing. So go to Atari Age. There's a few games like that. I ordered Beef Drop, which is the homebrew game of Burger Time for the 7800. That's another one that's going to be gone forever. So if you own a 7800, a 5200, or Atari 2600, go check it out. Those games are going to be gone. And yeah, I got my Popeye games coming out. And Mike, I told you, Strawberry Shortcake from Parker Brothers is here. Me and Mike had a private conversation on here one week after you guys were gone. And he said, my parents should have bought my sister a Strawberry Shortcake game. And I said, there actually was a Strawberry Shortcake game. I didn't have it in my collection. My sister was a little too old to play this game when it came out. But I went ahead and got it for the collection. So I'll make a video on this one at one point. Strawberry Shortcake. I know Mike will appreciate it just because of our conversation about it. And I know that Derek will love it because he loves Strawberry Shortcake and My Little Pony. That's it for me.
I was going to see if you brought up My Little Pony.
Yeah, we tried looking up for Atari game for it, and it doesn't exist.
Right.
Unfortunately,
I guess they must have never got around to it. Or Rainbow Bright.
Right.
Well, Mike, did you have any final? I gave you a chance earlier just to kind of catch up with you, but you got any final thoughts?
Just one thing. So I pre-ordered the game. I don't want to say what it is, but it's a Sega Genesis game, and can't wait to show you when I get it. I'm going to do a video on it, and it's something that connects to something from the 80s, like a really good movie. So yeah, be looking for that. I'll have that up once I get the game and shoot a video on it. It's going to be good because it's kind of hard to find. There was only limited orders on this person that made the game. So yeah, I can't wait to share that with you guys. So, but yeah, later on that.
I don't mean to cut in here, but I do need to mention one thing. What a coincidence this is. What a coincidence. Mike does a documentary on Metal Gear. Okay, and I had the one for the PS1, right? But then he did the one in the early 2000s, which I didn't have a GameCube back then, and the PS2. He talks about those games in his documentary. All of a sudden, we got a game collection coming out for the Metal Gear games. That's not a coincidence. They watched Mike's video, and they want to capitalize on this bullshit. So we got this whole collection coming out this fall, in October, the Konami collection, the Metal Gear Solid collection. That's because of Mike. So go watch his video now. Right? He inspired this whole thing. You have the Gaming Road Warrior to thank for that. And he has another video coming out later on down the road covering the other games. So.
Nice.
I just want to ask this. This question was asked here. Do you keep those in your unopened boxes, some of your games? Do you guys that collect?
Oh, like sealed games?
Yeah.
No, I mean, technically, if I buy something that was boxed, I'll open up and play it. The only game, there's only a few games I have in my collection that I kept sealed. I'll give you one example. I have 2 copies of Wing Commander 3 for the 3DO. One copy, it was from, what was it, Electronics Boutique. It still has the price sticker on it.
Oh,
and
cool.
I won't open that. So I ended up buying another one that was opened. And so for something like that, that was like a game I had back when I was a teenager. So yeah, I have that. But if I'm getting this new game, that's only, it's limited, but I don't think it's something people are going to want to, keep inside. It's not sealed or anything. So you can open up and play it. And that's what I'm going to do with this game. So no, I'm not going to keep that sealed. But I only have a few that I kept sealed. Yep.
I was just wondering if he was referring to one like Poe said that they're putting them out, they're going to get rid of them and not have them anymore.
No.
Those games.
Yeah. These ones that I'm getting is meant to be played, so it's not going to be sealed. You can open it up and then play the game.
I have a few sealed games, Dreamcast games that are sealed that really, who cares? They're sports games, that I got from Video Games Monthly. I didn't open them just because I haven't played them yet. The only other sealed game that I have is Pengo for the 5200, I think. And that was a gift to me from Willie from Arcade USA. He sent me 2 different care packages, just full of stuff. Handheld games from Mattel Electronics from the 70s. He sent me just a ton of stuff in those 2. And I just never opened it. I haven't decided whether I want to open that or not because he was just being a nice guy and sent me these big cardboard boxes full of stuff, I don't really care about sealed stuff. I want to play the games. So this one from Atari Age, they sell stuff in boxes. This is a brand new game. They never made Popeye before for the 7800. This is brand new. So it's not sealed. I'm going to open it to play it for my video. Same thing with, I've had this for 2 years. This is Goon Enough, which is the Goonies that was made for the Intellivision. I got it sealed from some of the got it signed from some of the cast from the Goonies, but it's not sealed. Eventually, I'm going to open it and play it. I just haven't done it yet. I'm going to play it for my channel, but I don't really care about sealed stuff, except maybe that one game from Willie. He sent it to me as a gift. He never opened it, and I'll probably not open it just because, it's a common enough game. If I want to play it, I can buy a loose cartridge for probably $10 off of eBay. So,
yep.
Excellent.
Well, Bart, you're next up.
Oh yeah, I don't really have much for final thoughts. I've been so focused in on the flight sim stuff. I should show. I'm wearing. I always think of Poe when I wear this shirt. Oh, I was covering the F. Sorry. flick my balls, and it is pinball. Get your head out of the gutter there, Derek. Derek probably preferred it with the F covered and just lick my ball. But so Poe gave me this shirt. For those of you that don't know, it's not as cool as his Robotron shirt, but it's even cooler because Poe got it for me. So, but yeah, I'm diving headfirst into this flight sim stuff. I'm going to be making some more videos, maybe some videos for myself that's comparing FS 2020 and X-Plane 11. Maybe that'll help me make my decision. See which one flies better, which feels better, which looks better, and everything. You know, it all has to go together. So that's kind of what I'm doing. But I'm looking forward to checking out Poe's video with that other game and doing some more research to see if we can play it online and play some multiplayer on the Switch. That would be awesome. So.
Yeah,
that's all.
And if not that game, we need to play something else, anything else, or even in VR, something. You know, and next weekend, we got the holiday coming up, right? That's coming real soon.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to have a 4-day weekend, so let's get something going. I think next Sunday I have my nephew's graduation party, but I should be done in time for the show. And maybe we can get something holiday-wise going together. Let's get some virtual burgers and some virtual something going together.
Hot dogs.
Yeah.
I got my cornhole up. I got my cornhole up and running, so we can. I got it running finally.
Get some virtual cornhole and some virtual Rambo going, guys.
Yeah, right. Right.
Well, I'm going to say if it's to me now, I'm just going to say, hey, thanks for coming, everybody. My final thought is I'm tired. I know Bart's tired. It was a great show, and we'll see. I'm trying to look and think. What is next? Is next Sunday? What is the date next Sunday?
That is
The 2nd.
Yep.
Yeah, the 2nd is my nephew's graduation party, but I think I'll be done in time for the show. So.
Well, my grandkids are going to be coming into town on the 2nd, so we'll have to see what the noise level is going to be here tonight. So maybe a first.
Bring them on.
Bart, you may be running the StreamYard thing because I don't know. We'll just have to see. I get those two guys in here, and they'll be climbing off the ceiling fan.
Right.
Bring the sparklers. Bring the firecrackers.
Yeah,
we're ready to go.
Right.
Yeah. But that's all I got, everybody. I mean, if
well, I got to say, this is historic. I think this is the longest show ever.
Yeah.
But it was a good, quantity versus quality. And it had old Poe in it. So,
Right.
And it's hot where Bart is.
It is hot.
One of these days, Lars is supposed to come on. I talked to him. He's supposed to come on. I don't know. That's it.
Who's that?
Lars.
Yeah, we need to talk with him.
We got to get Lars in here. All right, guys. Well, let me set this up here, and we'll say goodnight, everybody. I'll roll the ending credits, and we'll see y'all next week.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
See ya. Thanks for watching.
Where's the outro? There it is.